Hey, Past Life Travelers. Angie J. Hernandez here, your host today. And Rebecca's with us. Rebecca is coming on to do her past life journey with us, with me. And she told me she's done a little group hypnosis before, but this is going to be her first one-on-one past life journey. So, Rebecca, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you wanted to come on today.
Yeah, I wanted to come on because I felt very resonant with your message and your process. And because I never had the experience one-on-one with somebody, it just felt like a really good introduction. Plus, I like the experience of authentic conversations that just feel really wholesome. So that's what inspired me to be with you guys today.
Awesome. So I'll tell you for the benefit of yourself and the audience that when in a past life, a lot of people will come out and say, I think I made that all up. It felt like I was just imagining it. And I'll tell you what I was told was that your higher self, which connects to the spirit world and yourself, all that information is held there in spirit world. Kind of like saving something in the cloud, like we say the cloud. And for it to be transferred to you, the only way to do that is through your imagination, like a transmitter. And so, yes, it's coming out of your imagination, but that doesn't mean you made it up. So when you have those thoughts today, I'll just ask you to push them aside for today and allow what comes just to come and describe it to me and tell me about it. And, you can make that judgment later on what you think you made up and didn't. I think that what I hear is so surprising and so many details that my guest couldn't know. I don't see how you could have made it up. But we'll see, Rebecca.
Yeah, no, sounds great.
All right, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Okay, Rebecca. Let's imagine something completely different now. Imagine that you see down a very long hallway, and on the wall to the left, you see doors and doors and doors all the way down. And on the wall to the right, you also see doors, many doors, all the way down. And under your feet, you feel a soft, cushy, thick, plush carpet. So let's take some steps down into that hallway. And with each step, I want you to note that the carpet gets thicker and deeper and even more plush under your feet. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Deep, deep sleep. Very good. Each and every time I suggest deep sleep to you, for the purpose of hypnosis, with your permission, you go to this depth or even deeper. Or even deeper. All right, Rebecca, look down that hallway and search out the door that has light spilling out from around it. Just let me know when you find it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. What color is the light?
So it's kind of a spiral. And I think I see it's green and pink and some white.
Green and pink and white?
Yes.
Okay. How does that light feel to you if you reach out to it?
Inviting?
Inviting. Yeah. Great. Now, if you will, put your palms on the door and just feel the emotion coming from the other side of the door. And tell me what that feels like. What are you feeling?
Curious?
Curious, yeah. Because we're always curious, aren't we? All right. So notice on the wall beside the door, you see the keys hanging. So in a moment, but not quite yet, I'll ask you to take down the keys, unlock, and open the door. But I don't want you to pass into the room. I want you to stand on the threshold and feel that spiraling light before we go in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Take down the keys, unlock, and open the door. and stand there experiencing that light, that spiral, green, pink, and white. How does it feel to have that shine on you?
It's really bright.
It's
Like
really
it's
mhm,
just illuminating.
illuminating. Yeah. Cool.
Like blinding.
Like LED light. Yeah. All right, so let's go into the room. 1, 2, 3. Step into the room. Find a cushy, soft chair there, just your size. And sit in that chair. Now, Rebecca, tell me, is there something kind of odd in your life or unexplained or otherwise that you would like an answer for today?
Not at this time.
What should we seek out? We need an emotion and a feeling to be able to go into this lifetime.
Success.
Success. All right. So what are your feelings around success? When you think about the word success, you hear it in your mind. What does your mind describe that as, maybe?
A lucky clover.
A lucky clover. Yeah. What else?
A pink spiral
A pink spiral of light, or what material?
of light.
Of light. Uh-huh. And now allowing that emotion of success, when you think success in your mind, to come out into your physical body. How does that feel in your physical body?
Foreign.
I'm sorry?
Foreign. Or
Foreign?
unknown.
Unknown? But what's the physical feeling? Like, where do you feel it in your body? Think success, and first the emotion comes in your mind, and then it's sent out into your body somewhere.
My wrist.
In your wrist? And how does your wrist feel when you think success?
First word that came to mind was limited.
Limited. Mm-hmm.
I often just think that the wrist is not very mobile. Like, it's very weak.
Not very mobile and weak. So your mind is translating success as not very mobile and weak. Would you say that's true?
It feels like undefined.
Feels undefined. Okay. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to allow that full feeling, the emotion and the physical feeling in your body of the word success to happen. Think success in your mind and repeat these phrases to yourself in your mind until you see something open up in front of you. And that could be a door or a bridge or a cave or a pathway, whatever. So say these phrases. Success. A lucky clover. A pink spiral of light. The wrist is not very mobile and weak. Success feels undefined. Just repeat those phrases in your mind until you see something open in front of you, and let me know when that happens.
I see a treasure chest.
A treasure chest. Cool. What's in the treasure chest?
Gold coins.
Oh.
A pearl necklace.
Mm-hmm.
A feather.
Feather? Mm-hmm. What kind of feather? Describe that to me.
It's a brown, like a light mousy brown. I don't know where it's from.
Is one of those the key to allow you to pass beyond?
I'm not sure.
If you hold up the feather, you study the feather, do you get an answer in the manner of that pathway, door, or opening you can go through?
It's to the left,
Mm-hmm.
so I think so.
Okay. You might want to take a few of the coins and the pearl necklace with you in case it's needed. And when you're ready, go ahead and go through that opening. And when you get to the other place, the other side where you land, look down at your feet and describe to me what you're wearing on your feet.
Clogs.
Clogs. Okay. What do they look like?
Leather.
They're leather. Mm-hmm. Are the soles also leather?
Seems like a thin material.
Mm-hmm. Look up your body. What are you wearing?
Could be a skirt, like patterns. Maybe like a zigzag. maybe green, yellow, brown,
Okay. Are you a man or a woman?
female.
Female. Okay. And what are you standing on?
A beach.
A beach. Okay. What kind of beach? There are different bodies of water.
Seems just like an ocean,
An
but
ocean.
not one that I've seen before in this life. So I don't
Okay.
know.
So an ocean beach of some kind. What color is the sand?
Pink, white?
Pinkish white, would you say?
Yes.
That sounds cool. I like that.
I don't see the pink. I heard pink. I see the white.
You see the white. Okay. And what's your name?
Melinda?
Melinda. That's pretty. What's your last name, Melinda?
I got the word floral.
Interesting. How old are you?
7.
7 years old. What color is your hair, Melinda?
Black?
Black hair. Who are you with at the beach today, Melinda?
No one but the community.
So with a community, not with a certain person today.
I think they're at home.
Is this so you live by the beach? Is that what it is?
I run to get here.
Oh, you run to get. So the beach might be close enough to run to from your home. Is that correct?
I live in a hut.
You live in a hut. Okay. Everyone lives in a hut in your community?
No, some people have bigger spaces.
What's the year, Melinda?
1872.
1872. Okay. And where are you? What city? What country?
I'm not sure if this is my mind speaking.
Just say it. It's okay.
The South Pacific?
South Pacific. Okay. 1872, South Pacific. Do big ships come to where you live?
A lot. They make a lot of noise.
They make a lot of noise. Sure they do. Can you see them from your hut? Or do you have to go somewhere else to see the big ships?
I'm not sure.
No, can't tell. That's okay. We can find that out later if we need to know. So what's happening today? Why did we come on this particular day?
Seems like an ordinary day.
Just an ordinary day. Okay.
This is the space I'm in every day.
Is there a school for you? Do you have a sort of school to learn what you need to learn?
I like making jewelry.
Oh, jewelry. What do you make it out of?
Coconut?
Coconut. Yeah, I wish I could see some of that. I love jewelry. Do you use shells too?
Anything I can find that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you sell them or give them as gifts?
Sometimes, but not really.
Anything else you want to tell me while we're in this moment?
This is my home.
All right. I'm going to ask you to move forward in your life to the next important day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Be there. See what you see. Hear what you hear. Tell me what's happening.
The first thing I heard was whoa.
Low?
Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Seems like there's more festivities. Like a market?
A market day. Is it like a market that's once a week, or does it have a market every day?
Like a festival or vibrant. Could be a few times a year.
Okay, so like a feast day or festival day.
I think so.
And what are you doing at the festival today?
It's vibrant. Feel like I'm just taking in the experience.
How old are you here?
It's like 20 or 21.
Yeah, you still live in your community, right?
Seems like a different part.
But in the same island or somewhere else?
I'm not sure. I think it's somewhere else but the same island.
Interesting. Have you married?
No. I'm not sure if that's my focus or if I'm just letting life
Take you
live.
where it will? Yeah. Do you live in another community while you're here?
I feel like there's lots of people that I can live with or visit.
Hmm.
Just lots of different options. I'm unclear. It just felt like a whiz of just it's very quick and very spontaneous when you
Like a
ask that question.
like a flash of all kinds of relatives or friends that you could be with without having to build your own place.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. And what else is happening at the festival? Describe it to me a little bit.
There's tents, so I think there's crafters,
Hmm.
like wooden materials for the home. It's kind of like a craft fair in that way.
Hmm. Homemade products
Yes.
or
Um,
handmade products, I should say. And are these all sold by people native to the island, or do outsiders come and sell there also?
I think that they're very, uh, it's either inclusive or exclusive. Um, I wonder if there's something about foreign people and inbound people. Like, almost like there's like, they're open to others, but they prefer to keep people local.
So they're a little insular. They feel more comfortable with their own people.
Yes, more comfortable with their own people,
Hmm.
but they're open to newcomers.
Yeah, but a little more cautious with them, I would guess.
Yes.
So let's move forward in time just a little bit of this day. Forward a little more time in the festival. Maybe it's starting to get nighttime. What's happening now?
On the beach,
Hmm.
there's fighting or conflicts. I don't know who.
Are there a lot of people there?
A lot of families.
The fighting or conflicts, do you get the sense that that's amongst your people or outsiders, inbound people?
I don't feel like they're my people,
Is that resolving itself?
but I wonder if there's people I know with them.
I wonder. Can you see it? Can you see them?
It feels really distant.
Does this affect you in any way?
It feels like it's about resources and sharks.
Resources and sharks?
Yes.
Interesting. I don't really know what that has to do with each other.
I saw a vision of a shark, and I felt like there were people who were angry at each other, demanding things.
Like, do you think that they harvest the sharks and they're fighting over territory or something like that?
I heard the word council,
Hmm.
like city council.
So perhaps there's some kind of legal issue with what they're doing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not very unified, I don't think, but this is still my home.
So you're interested in what's happening. So I'd like
I'm
you to
not
move.
sure.
Okay. I'd like you to move forward within this day still a little bit more and review that and tell me if there's anything more significant that we should stop and observe. If there's not, we'll move forward. So let's move forward again to the next significant time in Melinda's life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Be there. See what you see, hear what you hear, even smell what you need to smell. And tell me what's happening.
I feel like I'm in a kitchen. I feel like I could be a mom at this point.
And where are you? Are you still in your original village? Are you in that second village where the festival was?
No,
Where are you?
I know it's similar to that island.
So do you feel you're on a different island?
I think so.
Okay. What's the name of this island?
Rukutavi?
Rukutavi. That's a cool name.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. So what's happening today? What's special about today?
Oh, I think it's a birthday.
Oh, a birthday. Whose birthday?
I think it's my daughter's birthday.
And you're in the kitchen. Are you making something special for her?
I think I'm cleaning,
Hmm.
preparing, thinking.
How old is she?
So I heard a few things. First, I heard like 7, and then I heard 3.
Maybe you have more than one daughter. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
What's your daughter's name?
I'm getting a lot of names.
1, 2, 3. What's your daughter's name?
Stella?
Stella? Stella. Okay. And what else is happening today?
I heard that her husband is on the farm.
Melinda's husband is on the farm.
I think so.
Does that mean that the farm is a different location from the house?
He has to travel.
He has to travel? Okay. Does that mean he can't come home every night? He has to be away for a few days?
Sometimes.
Okay. What's her husband's name?
The first thing that I heard was Dork, but I don't think that's his name.
Probably not. That might be an opinion. Melinda, come on. Well, we'll leave it at that unless she tells us otherwise.
Or
Roger
Robert.
or Robert. Okay. And what else is significant about today?
I'm sorry, that just made me think about a good memory, or it was something really positive that was affiliated with the word dork. Seems like a good reminder or something.
And what else is happening today?
I think she's scared.
She's scared. Why?
Settlement.
A settlement? A financial settlement?
Property?
A property settlement?
I think so.
Melinda, tell us more about this settlement and why it makes you scared.
There's a lot at stake.
Can you explain that?
Could be related to the father and where she grew up.
Is her father still living? So her father passed, and it's some type of settlement of his estate. Would that be correct?
The details are not sussed out.
And why does it make her scared? What's at stake for her? Either way.
My sisters.
Your sisters? How many sisters do you have, Melinda?
2.
2 sisters.
I'm the middle?
You're the middle?
Seems so.
Yeah, me too. I'm the middle. And what happens if the settlement doesn't go the way you'd like it to?
My older sister doesn't know what she's doing.
Oh, is she in charge?
She thinks she is.
That's how my older sister is too.
My younger sister seems more scared.
She seems more scared than you.
But she's kind of aloof, or I don't know how much she cares.
Is that because she's young yet? She doesn't understand the lifelong consequences?
I think she's distracted.
Okay. So what does the decision about the property, what does that depend on? Does that depend on your older sister?
It's a hassle.
It is a hassle. Yeah. I guess what I'm asking is, it seemed like you were a little scared. And I'm wondering, what about this makes you fear? What makes you scared? Are you scared you will get the settlement you want? Or are you scared you won't get the settlement you want?
Prosperity, legacy, the family.
What does all that mean to you?
What will our children have?
And does all this rest on how well your older sister manages the estate?
I love her, but it seems so complicated.
Because it's so complicated, do you feel like you'll all miss out or be taken advantage of?
She doesn't have the best relationship with men.
And so will this have a bearing on the outcome? That she doesn't have a good relationship with men?
I just want her to be safe.
Yeah, you just want her to be safe. All right. Let's move forward again. Let's move forward to a really significant day, Melinda, in your life. The next one. 1, 2, and 3. Be there. Feel all the feelings. Tell me what's happening.
I feel like the property could have been resolved.
The property might be resolved. How do you feel about it? Do you have a good feeling that it went the way you wanted?
I think it might have been a relief, but bittersweet.
But bittersweet. Yeah. So is the final result at least part of what you wanted?
Compromised.
A compromise. Yes. As most things are. And how are you feeling about how it turned out in the end?
The older sister got most of it, and there could be a sense of fear of how her husband's or partner is using the land. Ethics, values may not feel the same. However, I feel like I got the parts that I wanted or needed.
Mm-hmm.
The word like 20%. And since there was the choice of leaving that island, that could have been part of the decision.
Oh, the choice you made to leave the island could have come into the decision making?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And what else is significant about today?
I think there's a heartbreak.
What's that about?
Something happened to Mom.
Oh, something happened to your mother? Is she still back there in your home island?
That sounds right.
Yeah. What happened to her?
I heard the word stroke.
A stroke. Ugh. Do you need to go back to be with her?
I should, and I like the life I have.
So if you go back, you feel like you won't return? Is that the choice?
My family, I feel like they rely on everything I do here, and that feels good.
So if you go back, you might not be able to return?
I fear that I won't be as involved.
So what do you decide to do? You going to your mother, or do you need to stay where you are?
I'm not sure, and then I heard the word amnesia.
Amnesia. You, Melinda, or your mother?
I'm not sure I know what that means.
The word,
Amnesia.
the amnesia. 1, 2, 3. Melinda, can you clarify amnesia?
I made the decision to go to my mom.
So you're going to your mom. Are you
Yep.
there yet?
Yes.
How is she?
It doesn't seem very good.
She has amnesia?
I think so.
How long do you need to stay with her?
4 months.
For a month. That's a long time for your family, isn't it?
I'll see if they can visit, but I don't know if they're going to.
Is it a long journey from the other?
First I heard hours, and then I heard days.
Take a deep breath and go back in. Back in. There you go. All right, let's move forward again. Forward to another significant day. A really important day this time. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Be there, using all your senses to take in what's happening. Melinda, what's happening today?
I think she passed.
Your mother passed?
I think so.
And so what's happening today? Where are you? Are you on your home island, or are you back with your family?
I think there's, I think they're finally at the site where she'd passed, my family visit, and I think there was a lack of support in that process where my family wasn't as around and I wanted them to.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, I knew they lived their own life and they had to do what they needed to do.
It's very understanding. So after today, what happens? Are you able to go back?
It feels like a reset.
A reset. Explain that to me.
Like being here is like the origin of where I came from.
Do you like that?
Both places feel pretty good.
So what do you choose to do?
I want to make sure that we visit more.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to go back to your island where you live with your family, but you want to visit more.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. What else is significant today?
I feel like there's a focus on my relationship to Roger
Oh.
or Robert, whoever.
Oh, what kind of focus with him? Like good? Unhappy?
Like a lot of responsibilities. And I think it doesn't seem like a happy focus.
Well, what do you want to do about that?
I feel kind of upset about or mad.
That leads you to do what?
It almost feels like there's a sense of like immaturity of how to handle things. And I feel like there's a part of me that almost wants to like tell him to like do better.
So the immaturity is on his side or on your side?
Feels like mine.
Let's
I
move.
think I had
Go
a
ahead.
sense of like wanting space.
So when you're with your mother, you had some space, and that must have felt pretty good.
Sad but good.
Yeah. Let's move forward again. Let's move forward to a moment that's very important. We're going to kind of skip the everyday life and go forward to a very important day. 1, 2, and 3. Go there. See what you see. Hear what you hear. Tell me what you're experiencing.
I saw surfing.
Surfing? That sounds like fun. Who's surfing?
Community. I don't know them.
Do you surf?
Sometimes.
Yeah. How old are you here?
16.
16? Did we go back in time, Melinda?
It seems that way.
How interesting. Okay. Seems like you wanted to revisit your youth.
Simpler.
It was simpler.
Things were much simpler then.
Sure they were. But we do need to move forward. So let's move forward in your life. We want to go way past where we were before this. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Forward in time. See what you see, hear what you hear. What's happening here?
I think there was a sense of unmet or unfulfilled dreams.
Unfulfilled dreams, yeah. How old are you here, Melinda?
Around 60.
60, yeah. And you felt there were things you wanted to do that didn't really happen?
I felt like I was a homemaker and like mom. And those were good things.
What was the dream that you had that was unfulfilled?
I'm seeing the festival and the city council. My feeling is a humanitarian.
In what way?
The peace of our country is what came to mind. Our island.
You have not
I feel
had...
like
Go ahead.
I could have had more. It just seems there's more that could have happened.
So what is the year now?
1902?
So you kind of wished maybe you could have taken part in giving some kind of humanitarian aid to your own people, or changes welfare to help with poverty,
Water,
like clean water,
home maintenance.
and you felt like you could have done more. Is that what we're saying?
I almost feel like I was torn of like how I wanted to if I wanted to be more like with my family or if I wanted to be with my island. Felt like so I went with family. So I don't know what more could have been.
So it's not like you regret a certain decision or way of life. It's like you wonder what might have been, kind of in general.
I'm not sure if I have regrets.
I guess I'm just asking, is there something specific that you felt had you changed your decision at that moment, you could have achieved some of the things you feel are unfulfilled?
Probably.
I think a lot of us feel like that. All right. Now I'm going to ask you to move forward, unless there's something else in between, and you can decide that. I'd like you to move forward to the time of your death, the day of your death. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. be there in that time and tell me what's happening.
I'm back home, or I'm near a farm. I
Near,
heard sheep.
oh, near a farm. So are you on your home island, or are you on the island where you made your home?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay. But you're near a farm. You heard the sheep.
Yes.
How are you feeling today?
I know that it's my time.
Have you seen maybe go ahead.
I feel well supported. I think someone's cooking a meal.
Have you seen maybe your parents or others that have gone on before you come to you at this moment?
It's a weak signal.
It's a weak signal. It'll get stronger, will it not?
Yes. Although
Yeah.
I feel like there's like some kind of message before I go.
Oh. Clarify the message.
I want my children to know that I'm proud of them.
Are you able to tell them that?
No.
Why can't you tell them?
They might be distant or working or something.
They're not there today. At this
Not right
moment.
now.
At this moment. Can you perhaps send that message after you've passed? Sometimes we can. You could ask for help to send the message.
I believe I wrote a letter.
Oh, nice. So let's move on a little bit until your last breath. And as your soul leaves that body, Melinda, I'd like you to tell me when that happens.
I felt like it got like plunged out.
Plunged out. Okay. We'll go with that soul. Go with that soul. All the way. Your parents or others who went before might be there to accompany you.
It almost feels unsettling.
Settling. They're with you, are they not?
I see them.
Good. They're with you to help you feel more settled. To accompany you, to give you a base. And as you're in the spirit world, I'd like you to ask your angels or light people to look back at Melinda's earthly life, but on a soul level. And look and see if there are any tiny pieces, little fragments that have separated from her soul and are stuck maybe in a trauma or a strong emotion. Can you see any of those?
Yes.
Okay. Ask for the light people and the angels' help to recover those fragments, cleanse them, heal them, cover them with a blanket of forgiveness, and then reunite them to your soul to help make it whole again. And you may need to take your hand and smooth that out. Make everything smooth and whole again. Just take the time you need and let me know when that's done.
Okay.
Good. How does that feel?
I'm receptive. I'm neutral right now.
Okay. So now ask the angels or light people to look back at lives previous to Melinda's and look for fragments in those lifetimes, gather those up, and also bring them to you, cleansing them, healing them, covering them with forgiveness, and reunite those to the soul as well until the soul's completely whole and smooth and clean. And let me know when that's done.
Yes.
Good. And how does that feel? That's a lot more parts. Is your soul completely whole now?
I think so.
Yeah.
One of the last visuals that I got was kind of this cosmic space, and there was like a circle, and then inside that circle, that pink spiral filled that circle,
Oh,
and it kind of felt like the container.
cool. Pink is a very positive color. Yeah, great. So now ask the angels and light people to take that soul that's been repaired and cleansed and healed and forgiven and bring that through all the lifetimes between Melinda and Rebecca, bringing the healing with it all the way up into the present. And let me know when that's done.
Okay.
Great. And again, how does that feel to you?
Pointy, but in a good way.
Pointy, but in a good way. Okay. All right. So please ask the angels and light people if it would be beneficial for you to visit the healing temple.
That felt like a quick yes.
Yeah. Well, good. Then allow them to take you there. And if you would describe it to me, I'm always curious about each person's temple.
I'm seeing like a cave on a beach.
Cave on a beach. The beach seems to be our theme today.
Definitely does.
Yeah. And what's great? What's cool about the cave?
It's I'm looking at it from afar, but it feels like it's welcome. It's welcoming and open. It holds space, but it doesn't. It seems like it's very specific of like when people are ready to come into that space.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I feel like nervous, but I think so.
Okay. If you want to, then go in for the healing.
I think I'm in.
Okay. What's it like inside?
So I was actually I was placed on the ocean, and the ocean sort of pushed me into the space, and it was very playful. And it actually reminded me of a scene from a child's movie that I watched. So it feels very like adventure, like heroic and leadership.
Oh, cool. You know, we never use the coins and the pearls. Do they belong in this cave?
I was thinking about that too, actually. Oh, they're here to be cleansed. I do think I'm supposed to bring them with me, though.
When you come back?
I think so.
Okay, so they're cleansed there, and then you keep them with you. That works. And is the healing part for you separate from that?
I don't know if I know your question.
I asked that you go to the healing temple, so I assumed that's what this is. And so are you receiving healing separate and apart from the coins and the pearls?
It's for the pearls and the coins, you know.
It's not for you.
I don't get that sense.
When you take the coins and the pearls back with you, do they affect the healing on you?
I think so.
Okay, that's interesting.
However, I do think this brings peace and calm, but the healing part happened with the soul fragmentation coming together. That was for me.
Okay, I understand. Well, when you're finished there and everything's completed, let me know.
I'm out.
Great. So now ask the angels and light people, would it be beneficial for you to visit the library?
No.
Or the Hall of Wisdom?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Then they may take you there. And I would love a description of the Hall of Wisdom.
It's gold.
Gold, okay.
Very, very tall. Like, tall height. I don't know if there's a ceiling. There's an illusion that there's a ceiling, and it would be a glass ceiling. Like crystal.
And what's happening there? What do you see?
It's like gold, like books. Like my perception of books. And then the word liquefy, almost like melting.
What do they melt into?
Whatever you want it to.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I think it's...
Yes, go ahead.
It's like the alchemy process.
The alchemy.
That's what it's reminding me of.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think you should ask that, you know, we started out, Rebecca, with the word success to take you to a lifetime that had an influence on you with regards to success. I don't know if we answered that question. Can you ask them about that?
I'll see. It's a bit ambiguous. Sentences or statements like success doesn't have to be defined.
It doesn't have to be defined. Okay. Do you feel settled with that answer?
Not really.
Ask a little more. Ask if it can be defined for you or tightened up, or maybe how will you know if you reach a success?
Less worrying.
Less worrying. Okay. Is success going to be defined for you by ideas or money? How will it be defined?
Before you posed the question, there was this like massive like weight. And it was this very geometric shape. It was very specific. And it almost felt like universal grounding. And so it felt like there would be a sense of I will have grounded the cycles that I've been processing and thinking about.
And so you'll know that feeling? Or it will be revealed to you, maybe?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. So I'm wondering, does that mean you're not allowed to know at this time all the details?
What I know about myself, yes.
Okay. Is that sufficient for you?
Yeah, I think having the sense that there's trust in the cycles that I'm exploring and to keep following and having confidence that they're here for a reason and like for as the cycles themselves feel extreme, but the universe is extreme and can provide a weight for it. Like there's a container for all that we experience, and what I experience is containable, if that makes sense.
Containable. I think so. Yeah. And knowing that gives you comfort?
I think so. It gives me something to meditate on.
Yeah. Okay. And you could ask, as I meditate, will further answers be revealed?
Over time.
Over time, yes. All things in time. I've been told many times. What else do you need to experience in the Hall of Wisdom?
I'm really curious of what will happen at the 10-year mark, because that's something that came up.
Ask about it.
Life will feel like it's working. It's kind of the phrase I got. But I almost feel like it'll be like a whole new life. Like we're like building into that. And I feel like there will be success before 10 years, which is good. I don't know what that is.
But you've been told that much. That's probably all you're allowed to know today.
I think so.
Okay. Good. Anything else you need to do while you're there?
Probably just a gratitude for it.
Yeah, go ahead and express your gratitude. When you're ready and able to leave, let me know.
I'm out.
All right. Any other questions you want to ask before we leave?
No, it was just fascinating because I felt like I was being like pushed down the sweep. Like it was like this tubular experience, and it was like these walls, and so then I went down the tube until I plopped out, and that was fascinating.
All right, so at this time I'm going to ask the higher self of Rebecca and Melinda and all of it combine again into Rebecca's personality, melding back into her. Let me know when that's done.
I think we're done.
All right, let's count you back in. 0, sometimes you slip a little deeper in your consciousness. 1, feeling yourself there. 2, reorienting yourself in the room and the sounds around you. 3, take a deep breath to center yourself. That's right. And 4, very alert. And 5, reopen those eyes, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Very interesting journey with you today.
I agree. I don't know how long that was.
Well, it's 11:45 my time, so yeah. Did it feel long or short?
I didn't realize how long it was until I got back.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, for success, I wasn't really sure where you would be taken. And I don't know if that lifetime answered the question of success, but it sure was interesting.
My feeling was that it was showing the history of all the things that contribute to success
Mhm.
and how we perceive it is really pretty much always the same, but those insights or perspectives stay with you
Okay. Yeah.
and they show up differently.
They influence you now.
Yeah, like the themes that I experienced today, you know, I felt very strongly about having a relationship and um, a lot of values and how I perceive what's important. And only from having the relationship was I actually able to be more of who I am right now. And so it's interesting in that time period, I didn't feel like the relationship supported me to actually be successful.
Hmm.
For this one, I feel like does.
Yeah. So you had that um, kind of a weight and measure to say this is how that felt, and that makes this feel right.
Yeah, like in that lifetime, I didn't feel a success in my relationship for what I could contribute. Like I couldn't leverage that. And here I feel like I can. So that was interesting.
Cool. Yeah. And is part of that the day that we live in where women are considered more than housewives and
Probably, like, I presume that was a very strong cultural thing back then, and it's still a cultural thing that's being challenged today.
hmm.
But we have more freedom, obviously, than like 1852 or 1902.
Yeah, absolutely we do. Even more than when I was a child. Very different now, which is great. All good stuff. Very cool. It was it was a really interesting time. Your time in the spirit world too. I love that it came down the tube.
Yeah, no, I felt the space was very like interactive. I felt
Yeah.
like the wave pushed me into the cave, and then the Air Force pushed me down, and it was all very like immersed.
Yeah. And you know that you have your pearls and your gold coins with you, supportive and giving you something. I don't know exactly what that is, but you'll know.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating because when I went to the cave, I didn't feel I was meant to stay there, but I felt I could return. And
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it was for me. It felt like it was for what I brought to the cave.
Hmm.
But I could enjoy the space. I liked the space.
Yeah. That was so interesting. And I've never ever had anyone envision a treasure chest the way you did. That was so interesting.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for pirates to come to her life and drag her away or something. Yeah. So
I'm glad
interesting.
it was interesting to see how innocent the communication was when she was like 7.
Yeah.
And it was just like, nope, it's a boat. It makes a lot of noise. That's all I know.
Well, yeah, and when things started to get like heavy as an adult, she went back to being 16. She didn't want to deal at that moment.
Yeah, no, she wasn't confrontative at all.
No. And I was all, well, this is cool and fun, but I think we need to move on a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I found that to be funny because I'm like, yeah, I didn't mean to go to when I was 16, but that
No, just
Melinda wanted to go.
she wanted to remember when life was simpler because she had a lot of adult decisions to make, and that was kind of a hairy moment for her. I
Yeah, like,
understood why.
but at the same time, like, it took a really long time to get the clarity of, oh, I have two sisters, and there's some things going on that my sister's home, but I left.
Hmm.
And so because of that, that was my consequence in that time.
Hmm.
So then therefore my sister got more and I was scared for her and how her husband was going to take things forward,
Yeah.
her partner.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the way things were for a very long time. Whatever was yours was his.
Yeah, it was crazy to me because I think I had freedom to some degree with the farm, and I think I liked that, but I also felt kind of, I don't know, I didn't quite get the conflict going on, but it seemed I was unhappy on some level, but I had more freedom.
I felt like that was a personal conflict between the two of them, not necessarily a conflict with her way of life. That's kind of what I got out of it. Like
That's possible.
it was he and she, not where she was or how she was living there. But yeah, super interesting. Thank you so much for coming on.
Definitely. It was very interesting, insightful to think about for sure.
And you know now in your meditation you can go back to those places you visited in the spirit world.
That was one of the conversations I had in the spaces was like, do I come back here or not? And how can I, should I, whatever. And it felt very much like I could. I remembered I could see it.
Yeah. And you have a connection there. I feel that you personally have a connection that not everybody has so that you can revisit and remember. Yeah, I had a person yesterday who had complete amnesia. She didn't remember anything that we did.
Oh, that was the other word that came up.
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
That was for your mother, though, was it not? Or for Melinda's mother?
I think it was for her, for the
So,
mom, because it was weird because in that moment I felt like Rebecca, had amnesia because I couldn't recall if I knew the word, what amnesia meant.
hmm,
And I
interesting.
felt like I had experienced for a split second
Hmm.
what the mom had or something. Like I don't know, I just felt very blank.
Yeah, which might be from the mom. I mean, a stroke will do that sometimes to you. Yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, a stroke. Well, in a stroke, parts of your heart and I think parts of the brain, some of the cells die,
Mm.
which is why there's often paralysis and other problems. Well, it was hard for her. I mean, I felt like at the end it was a release for her not to have to live that way. Yeah,
And I suppose the 4 months was realistic, that I
probably.
was probably in that space because I'm fortunate at this point in my life. I haven't had a lot of problems with aging parents. My parents are both well and happy and part of my life in the ways that they can. And my dad's in home health care, so I hear stories, or
Sure.
he was. But a lot of the things I was saying, I was like, oh, 4 months, that seems prompt.
But if she had a stroke at that time, they could do very little for her medicine wise. And 4 months seems about right. Yeah, I don't think that's too long or too short. In today's parlance, there's a lot they can do depending on how quickly they get to the person. So that would seem short today, but not in those times. I don't think so.
It was very fascinating because when I was growing up, I had a lot of fears about, like, and still do, people having memory problems.
I think we're learning to overcome a lot of that in the near future. So,
That's hopeful.
yeah, thank you, Rebecca. I really appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate the facilitation, and it was great meeting you.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.